Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to do this video for you guys today because I have compiled a list of my top 10 motivators for getting your life back on track when it comes to decluttering, becoming a minimalist. Those are probably the most common videos I search because I am at that season of life where I'm just like done with the constant inventory and keeping up with stuff, and I've got two small kiddos that I just absolutely adore and love spending time with them. So the amount of just stuff that I'm having to deal with is just not worth it in the time that I could be spending time with them, which I am with them all day long. If you haven't seen my other videos, I have in the past year recently became a stay-at-home mom, and it's been a huge adjustment, but I do not regret it. I have loved all this time with my kids, and the time just goes by so fast when they're little. And so now that I have more time to declutter and go through stuff, I have compiled a list of 10 things that I want to share with you today. So get your pen and paper ready because I have the list in front of me, and let's get right into it. So my first piece of advice for you is that you just have to get started. It can be overwhelming, trust me. You look at a room, especially if you have a room in your house where it is like your catch-all and that's where you put stuff. Yeah, there's been multiple times where I open the door and I look at it, I'm like, nope, not today. But you just have to start somewhere, even if it's starting small. Start with a little junk drawer. Start with 5 drawers on your dresser. Start with all the mix match socks that you have. Just little things that you can do quickly that can get you motivated to just get started. It's kind of like a feeling that's short-lived, because even though it's overwhelming, it is worth it in the grand scheme of things to just get stuff out of your house that serves you no purpose. Okay, so just get started. Consistency is key with this. There will be days where you just don't feel like doing anything, and that is okay. You got to give yourself some grace, but it's worth it in the long run to go through your stuff and just get it out of your house what doesn't serve you a purpose. Okay, number two is there's no specific method for decluttering. My number 9 piece of advice is my absolute favorite, and I cannot wait to share it with you, but let's keep on going through the list. But there's just no specific method when it comes to decluttering. You just have to start. Number 3, the hard truth is that you have already spent the money on whatever stuff is causing the clutter, okay? There may be some stuff that is worth posting on Facebook Marketplace if you have the time and the energy to meet up with people and coordinate that. But I say if it's more than 10, 15, 20 bucks and you've got the time to meet somebody to sell something, great, you can do it. You could always have a yard sale. This coming spring I plan to have a yard sale, and what I don't sell, it is gonna get donated. You also have to tell yourself that like whatever may not serve you a purpose, it may serve someone else a purpose. So yeah, does it suck that we've spent the money on an item? Yes, but you've already spent the money. If you're not gonna sell it, then let it serve someone else a purpose. Let it be of use for them. Don't let it just sit and gather dust in your house when you're not using it. That's it for my number 3. Number 4 is that you do not need to tackle everything at once. You may think that decluttering and becoming a minimalist is a quick process. It seems that way when people make these videos of how I got rid of 90% of my stuff, blah, blah, blah. that took time, okay? I have realized that these videos that people are making, yeah, they can be motivating, but they did not do that overnight. And if they did, kudos to them. But when you have a family and kids, yeah, it's just gonna have to happen whenever you have the time to tackle your stuff. Do your socks. If they do not have a match, toss them. Do not do like me and put them in a basket and hope that the match shows up, because when I get through all the laundry and I don't have the match that sock, guess what? It's probably not gonna turn up. So toss those mixed match socks, toss the raggedy old dish towels in your kitchen. Start with the easy stuff, the stuff that is not sentimental, which leads me into my next point, which is number 5. Grab a trash bag. Start with trash. Walk around, go to each room of your house, and just throw away trash stuff like broken toys, food in your pantry that is expired. Yeah, that's serving no one any purpose to have expired food in your pantry. It's taking up space. It's just, yeah, expired food. Go through your fridge. Expired food in your fridge or stuff that you have not used. Pens, pencils. If you have an abundance of pens and pencils, put them in a box. Go donate them. Or take them to your local school. Maybe they need them. Let's see. Cords and chargers that you don't know what they go to. If you have not used them and you don't know what they go to, toss them. They're just taking up space. You have absolutely no use for them. If you find something that you need a charger for, I can almost bet that you could just go get the charger that you need for that item. But doing like me and putting a bunch of cords in a plastic tote is not serving me any purpose, so that is one of the things that I have to declutter is our cords. I'm gonna practice what I'm preaching. Medicines. Go through your medications. Throw away anything that is expired in your medicine cabinet. I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think you can take, if you're concerned about tossing like medications and stuff, especially prescription stuff, I think you can take those to like a pharmacy and have them dispose of that stuff. I think I tried to do that at Walmart and they wouldn't take it, but I think maybe like a Walgreens or a CVS, or you may want to call your local pharmacy and see if they do. But that's a good possibility for something that you want to do if you just don't want to just toss those out. But that was my number 5. Okay, my number 6, stay focused. Choose your hard. Ask yourself why you are doing this. Why are you wanting to declutter? Why are you wanting to become a minimalist? You don't have to be like where you own 20 things, like to the extreme. But why are you wanting to do it? Is it because you want more freedom of dealing with your stuff? Do you want your home to be where if anybody stopped in at any given time, you would feel confident that your home would be in order and would look nice when somebody walks in? That's my goal. That's why I really try to make the living room and the kitchen presentable, because I want our home to be where if anybody stopped in, they can just come on in and I'm not embarrassed at all the stuff. Now, with 2 small kids, there are going to be toys everywhere. That's okay. I have decided that my evenings, if I want to walk around the house and pick up all the toys and make it look picked up the night before, great. There's sometimes I just leave them, whatever. But I've decided that when you have kids, people are going to understand that they're going to have toys everywhere, right? So stay focused and find your reason of why. Also, with that one, my reason is because I do not want my kids to have to deal with my stuff one day. I don't want it to get it so out of control that when I get old and I'm gone, they have to deal with that stuff. I grew up, and I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, I grew up in a very cluttered home with lots and lots of stuff, and it's overwhelming. And I'm really trying my best to not fall into that same trap because yeah, I just don't want I don't want to have to burden my kids with dealing with my stuff one day. Okay, number 7. Like I mentioned before at the very beginning, it's going to take you time. This is not a quick, easy fix. If it is, awesome. If you can do that and box stuff up and throw it out and be done with it, that is awesome. But usually decluttering is an overwhelming process for many of us, and it's just not an easy fix. It'll only be harder the longer you wait. Okay, let that sink in. It'll only be harder the longer you wait, and the more stuff you accumulate, it's just gonna be harder. So you might as well start now. Okay, number 8. The hard truth is that nobody wants your stuff. It kind of falls in with my last point, is that you don't want your kids to have to deal with it. Nobody wants your stuff, okay? If there's stuff that is like, say that you go through your closet and you've got a pile of clothes you want to get rid of. Go through your clothes. Okay, I got interrupted because my little one woke up. So I'm sorry if you hear some noise in the background, she's playing. But what I was saying is, if you go through your clothes and you've got some nice name brand clothes that can be sold on Marketplace, I mean, if you really want to spend the time to do it, that's stuff that can be donated. If you're not using it, if it doesn't fit, get rid of it. I am in the process of doing that, getting rid of my clothes. I had just donated 2 tubs worth of stuff last week. I took it to a clothes resale shop, and what they do is they either give you store credit or cash for your stuff. Sometimes it's good. I only made like $7 I think last time, but I took those clothes and just donated them, got rid of them. They did not come back to my house. So if you've got good stuff, go donate it. Let it bless somebody else. Let it be of value to somebody else. If it makes you feel any better, on sentimental things. Okay, here. If it makes you feel better on sentimental things, ask your family. If it's something that you think family would benefit from or would like, for example, furniture. If something's taking up space and you don't really use it, but it's a piece of furniture that you think family could use. But in the grand scheme of things, you're probably just wasting your time. Hey! You're probably just wasting your time if you think that you're gonna make a whole lot of money on yard sale stuff. Okay? All right. My favorite piece of advice for today's video is my number 9. And this has been awesome. Okay, go play the tape. This has worked out really good for me, and I love it. I hang it on my fridge, and it has been awesome. So I call it the circle chart, and I saw this on someone else's video, and I was like, I've never seen that system before, but I'm gonna try it. And it is awesome. It just makes you want to keep filling a box to get rid of stuff. So what you do is you make a chart of circles, 30 circles. So what she explained it to be is 30 days, but it's kind of a slow process if you literally go like day by day. Like for example, on number 1, you get rid of 1 thing. Day number 2, get rid of 2 things. Day number 3, and so forth. But it starts off really slow that way. So what I did is I just filled a box full of stuff, and then I counted those items. And my very first day I got 30 items, and then I did 29 items, and then I did 9 items. So it has been great, and I plan to get that filled out. And at the end of it, if you get it all filled out, it's 465 items that you've gotten rid of. That's a lot. So I highly recommend this There's not one given system that's gonna be magical, but if you do try one thing, I would try the circle chart because it has been so motivating just to keep counting items. Okay, my number 10 is just give yourself some grace. It is an overwhelming process and it's going to take you time. It is going to take time. It is not a quick, easy fix, but the end goal is worth it. It will reduce the amount of stress and anxiety that you feel on a day-to-day basis, that I feel on a day-to-day basis. It gives me stress and anxiety to look at my room that's a catch-all, and it's actually our guest room. So like if somebody comes to stay, I'm having to move that stuff. And that just goes to show me that I have too much stuff. So, yeah, don't pet the fox. Anyway, those are my top 10 pieces of advice for decluttering / minimalizing. And I'm really excited to share those ideas with you. I hope you got something good out of this video. And if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Can you say bye? Can you say bye? Can you wave? Bye, guys.